Zeta here with the second part of my review of the 1/100th scale Master Grade Zeta Gundam version 2.0 from Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam. Here you can see his size compared to a soda can. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. Just like in Wave Rider mode, his colors are the standard Gundam colors of white, blue, red, dark gray, and yellow, with black and many stickers all over the model. One quick thing before we get into the posability. I forgot to mention one bit of posability he has during Wave Rider mode. These white flaps can move up and down. Now for the posability. The head can move up and down on a ball joint, tilt side to side, and rotate side to side. It can also move back and forth of the body. The shoulder armor can move up and down just a bit. These flaps on the side can move up and down. The arm can move out to the side that far. It can rotate conceivably all the way around, but normally the backpack blocks it. It can rotate all the way around just below the shoulder. It can bend that far at 2 points of the elbow. The wrist can move back and forth just above the hand. The hand can move back and forth, side to side, and rotate on a ball joint. It can also tilt back and forth on this joint. The thumb is individually articulated on a ball joint and can rotate, move side to side and up and down. Same with the index finger, and the other three fingers are articulated as one. The torso can tilt back and forth just a bit, side to side quite a bit, and rotate side to side. The front skirt armor is individually articulated and can move back and forth, in and out, up and down. The side skirt armor can move up and down freely, as well as rotate. The back skirt armor is locked in place. Legs can move forward that far, back that far, out to the side, that far, rotate all the way around just below the hip. The legs can bend that far at 2 joints. The knee armor can tilt just a bit. This thruster here can move up and down. The feet can tilt back and forth, side to side, and rotate just a bit. The ankle armor can move up and down and rotate just a little bit. The toe can move up and down, as well as up much further. This large portion of the back can move up and down freely. And the cockpit hatch, just like in Wave Rider mode, can open just like that. And just like in Wave Rider mode, you can see a little white version of Camille in there. Now for the accessories. And to start things off, we'll be talking about the beam sabers. The handles are simply 2 long pieces of dark gray plastic. Just like in Wave Rider mode, he comes with 2 long pink beams. Equipping the beam into the beam saber handle is quite easy. Just slide the peg into the hole. Just like that. Of course, he can equip them. There are tabs on the insides of his palms, and tab holes inside the beam saber handles. You should be able to see it somewhat. Simply line up the tab hole with the tab. and then close up the fingers around the beam saber handle, and there he has it equipped. Looks very nice. The beam saber handles can, of course, be stored on the model. There are panels here on the side skirts that open up and have tabs on the inside. Simply line up the tab holes of the beam saber handles with the tabs on the side skirt armor, then fold it down. The next accessory I'll be covering is the set of dual grenade launcher pods, which you can see right here. They're mostly molded in blue plastic with gray on the bottom. There are multiple grenades molded inside, but it's kind of hard to access. They store on the forearms with these tabs, and they go into those tab holes right there. This allows you to activate one of his gimmicks. You simply fold down the hand and then push forward on the grenade launcher pod, and it allows these little doors to open, exposing grenades in there. The next accessory we'll be covering is the shield, which you can see right here. It was originally on the bottom of the Wave Rider mode. It's mostly molded in red plastic with bits of black and gray. One thing I forgot to mention in the transformation is you bring this mechanism down like that. This little tab here can rotate all the way around, and this section here can slide up and down freely. For mobile suit mode, you will normally keep it collapsed like that. It stores on the model here on this hole in the side. Simply tab it in, just like that. Next accessory is the beam rifle, which I showed you in the first part. Again, it is simply molded in a dark blue, not dark gray plastic, with other dark gray bits and several stickers. It can transform. You simply extend out the barrel, fold up the scope, fold in this tab, and then fold down the grip, and there you have it ready for him to equip. Just like the beam sabers, it can be put into his hand. It's got tab holes there on the sides. Simply line those up with the tabs on his palms. And then close up the fingers. Unfortunately, the joint there on the grip is rather loose on my model, so it doesn't like to stay up very well. It makes posing a little difficult, but not too much of a big worry. Again, like the shield, it can be stored on the model. Simply fold up the grip, fold down the scope, and collapse the barrel, and then this tab right here can be put into the forearm, and it can be stored just like that. One last thing to mention is this magazine there on the top can be pulled off. The next accessory I'll be covering is the Hyper Bazooka launcher, which you can see here in its collapsed form. Unfolding it for its use is simple. Simply extend the barrel, fold up this scope thing, fold down this panel and flip out the grip. These sections here on the side are also able to fold out where there are side grips on either side. Again, like the beam rifle, it has tabs there that it will go. It has tab holes on either side of the grip that it will go into his hand with. However, putting it into his hand is a bit of a beast, so if you don't mind, I will come back and then you will see him holding it. As you can see, there he is with the Hyper Bazooka launcher equipped. As you will notice, I did not try to get him into any poses because simply getting into his hand was arduous enough. But there it is. Just like in Wave Rider mode, the Hyper Bazooka launcher can be stored on the model with that tab on the bottom folded out. Simply pull off this panel and put it in up there. Take this tab down here and catch it on the bottom of the shield, and then slide this tab in like that, and then you have him with the Hyper Bazooka launcher stored. Although I will admit it looks rather ridiculous, but it's stored. The next sort of accessory he comes with is this little figurine of Camille outside of the mobile suit. There's a quick size comparison. The last and final accessory that this model comes with, I need to move him out of the way, is this. A launch pad, landing pad, huge thing. It allows for you to pose him on the launching pad. Just like that. Launchpad does have its own set of posability. This footrest here can slide forward on a rail with the back section here sliding up as it does. This also functions as an action base. This middle section here can fold up and lock on to either there or there. It also comes with two mounting accessories. However, I have only built one. It comes with a second one to put the 1/100th scale Master Grade Gundam Mark II version 2.0 on. However, I mainly only use this for this guy. It comes with this mounting mechanism here. You can unlatch this part and angle it up any way you wish, and then relatch it. It simply slides in like that. And then this hook and this tab will latch on to sections on the bottom of the Zeta Gundam. And he will sit there on it fairly securely, which is always nice. One more thing, the grenade pods can actually be stored on the bottom of this landing pad. Simply take these tabs and put them into these slots right there. can be stored very securely. And as a final note, the launching pad that the 1/100th scale Master Grade Gundam Mark II version 2.0 comes with can actually be linked with this landing pad, and you now have them side by side. That does it for my review of the 1/100th scale Master Grade Zeta Gundam version 2.0 from Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam.